Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
This Monday, I will be destroying Matt Backus, Aaron Maguire, Kevin Allison. It's the game show hosted by Chemda.
Me.
And I'm ready to destroy. We'll be live around the world. If you live on Earth, get your tickets. KeithandtheGirl.com/tickets. You'll see everything we're talking about if you're confused. The game is this Monday. It's so much fun. KeithandtheGirl.com/tickets. Thank you.
I'm really excited about this lineup. It's a good mix of goofy and like taking things seriously and being competitive enough to like really put on a good show. So
one person's fun and frivolous, one's half suicidal. It's going to be a very exciting time for everybody.
It's a hodgepodge.
Right. Last night, me and Christian Finnegan did meet up. We saw Mission Impossible, and that we got to meet up is a impossible mission in of itself, but we were able to do it. We got it done. Mission Impossible, only 6 hours long.
Wow, because you've already canceled on each other like 3 times, so you had to watch the equivalent of 3 movies.
There's no reason movies have to be this long. I do not like more bang for my buck. The movie's 2 hours, 45 minutes. Quite frankly, that's rude. Never mind, it's part 1. There'll be part 2 of it.
How can you, can you just do that? Isn't that a series?
There's so much unnecessary exposition, but there's really nothing to all the things you have to explain when you took a character from the 3rd movie and we're on the 7th movie. And even though I saw the everything you need to know, I still don't know who this fucking person is. That you can't explain. But trying to explain what a dead reckoning is in this case, which is an AI machine that's in a submarine. We know what it is. They keep trying to explain it over and over. There was an entire hour in the middle of Mission Impossible that could have been taken out.
Wow.
An entire hour. And then they went back to the action. And that was exciting.
I believe that I was mentioning, I think on the wrap-up show that I've been watching 7 Years in Tibet. And
Right.
It's taken me 2 years. I have 5 more years left. They're still in the desert and then somehow in the cold as well. So free Tibet.
They keep showing you that. You've probably seen it even Chemda probably saw this, who knows nothing about Hollywood. Tom Cruise's latest stunt is him that they're bragging about is death-defying, is him jumping over a cliff. It's really a ramp that they CGI like a mountain later. And he jumps off the cliff and then does a parachute, which he does in the movie, but he's doing that in real life. I would do that. That doesn't seem scary. I'd pull my own parachute. Done.
Right. I think you're like, okay, I get you do your own stunts, but I would also go ziplining.
Right. I would have done that too. That's fine. Now, when you had the train braking and going vertical car by car and things are falling down sideways, that was awesome.
So he's really doing all his stunts?
I don't know what he's doing, what he's not doing. He is a little trickster. Like one of the Mission Impossibles, he was climbing like the tallest tower in the world on glass, and he said he didn't have a harness. That's a lie. He acted like he really did hang off that cliff one-handed when Mission Impossible 2 started. That is a lie. So I'm not saying he's not a tough guy. We've seen some videos, but you're not Jackie Chan.
That's the thing. He's obviously highly in shape. He's like Hollywood in shape, which means like his whole job is his body and memorizing, right? So that's what he's using his mind for. And I understand also that Xenu is giving him blood first before he gives to the other Scientologists.
That's true.
But
he's golden diamond status.
Yeah. I mean, he's number 1. Who's number 2?
Of course, that is John Travolta. You're thinking,
yeah. So I mean, I do believe that he's doing it, but at the same time, is Xenu half of him now? Like, is he still human?
In interviews, he really seems like he's made up of AI. He doesn't seem to get what's going on, and he's laughing at weird shit. He's a little strange.
And I think that boasts well for Scientology. Like, look, I don't even have to sound like I know what I'm talking about or finish complete sentences. My next movie is going to cost them, just for me, millions and billions of dollars. I get to do whatever I want.
To compare him to Jackie Chan didn't
Did that hurt you a little bit? Did that hurt you a little bit when you said Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan wouldn't tell us how he does this, how badass he is. He'll just show you at the end all the times he went to the hospital or something. But he doesn't. Tom Cruise tells you. Like somebody gave him a helmet to be funny in an interview. And they go, wear this next time, right? And he goes, if I failed my stunts, the only thing left would be this helmet. I'd be mush and dead. And they're like, okay, sounds good.
It sounds
we
like
get it.
It sounds like the CrossFit people. They're like, yeah, that's what happens when we're in CrossFit class. And it's like, we get it. You do CrossFit. And right. I don't even have such examples in my life. The only reason why I know that that's where we are with CrossFit and pop culture is because every time CrossFit gets mentioned on a movie or in a series, they're like, oh my God, with these CrossFit people. So that's how I associate CrossFit.
I get you. Mm-hmm. It's, by the way, speaking of CrossFit, it's weird that it's interesting that all of Tom Cruise's characters run the same way. We've heard that, and this is true. The longer he's run in movies, the better they've done. The last Mission Impossible was his longest running yet. That was his biggest moneymaker. Top Gun, you're in airplanes. They found a way for the airplane to crash so he can run. And he runs the same way every time. Flat palms, fingers out, and kind of stoic body and face. Like, oh, that's interesting. That's how the spy runs. That's how AI runs. That's how the fighter pilot runs. They all run that way. The firm, that's how you run. The lawyer run that way.
I should try it.
I did. It cuts wind resistance.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
But we had a good time, me and my pal.
Oh, you know why? Maybe it's 2 hours, 45 minutes. Did he have to run for 45 minutes in this one?
That's when you take your pee break. It's understood.
Like, if he keeps running more and more, these movies are going to be so long.
Yeah. Well, the Mission Impossible is weird because once you have that mask technology where you can look like anybody, mm-hmm. They print out a mask from a computer. It doesn't need to make sense. You put it on your face. If they want the movie to run longer, they act like the machine broke, that kind of thing. But once you can be anybody, it's game fucking over. Be the president. Once you can be anybody, it seems like all logic is kind of out the window because you would just think, well, maybe that person's that person, that person's that person. No, they wouldn't do that because then you're going to tell me it's too convoluted and I won't be able to follow. But if you all have the same fucking technology of changing your face, and by the way, we have to see Tom Cruise as the actor, but he does some hearing move and then he takes his mask off dramatically. And it's like, because you had to breathe, be the hidden guy still.
Are you telling me that these action sequences seem more Hollywood than realistic?
It seems. It's starting to seem. And by the way, you put on a woman, for example, in this movie, put on the fake mask. Apparently it changes her tit size because when she was the other woman, the tits grew. Then she took the mask off and her tits go.
Keith, you got to commit to the character. I don't understand. Was there a question here? Of course it is.
But at least they brought Limp Bizkit back. So that's good.
What? I was going to ask you if they say stupid shit as they jump out of a helicopter. Are they just playing stupid shit now?
Limp Bizkit did the greatest song ever for a soundtrack, of course. Take a Look Around.
Wait, does Tom Cruise jump out of like the helicopter just crashed and he jumps out and he goes, stick it up your, and then
he says, he says, because hey, as all the world's even seen lately, and then he gets in. There are some, of course, last minute superhero shit where he's about to fall and die, but luckily he crashes into this train in the right window where the bad guy's about to kill his girlfriend.
What's fun about that? There's no spoilers. We absolutely know that the Tom Cruise character can die. So when he jumps out of an airplane, we're like, is this the end of Tom Cruise? It's really difficult. I wish they would, by the way. I wish they would in your fucking Hollywood movies that are 3 hours long that you go and pay $20 and sit down in cushy seats and $10 for popcorn. I wish they would kill off the main, most popular actor in the movie and not make him some side character. So it's funny that, we didn't even know he was going to be there or we knew he was going to be there and then he died. I want it to be Mission Impossible starring Tom Cruise. In the first 10 minutes, he's doing a mission. He actually dies, doesn't come back. And John Travolta or some shit. I can't think of any other popular person. I don't know. Who's the Apples guy? Matt Damon. Comes in, takes over, and it's would love that. No, Matt would be right.
I think the actors don't have the ego. Their ego wouldn't allow it. I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and with TV shows, they put all the credits up front always. It's like special appearance by Samuel L. Jackson. Well, that's $1 million get that you had. That would have been a nice surprise. Or starring Kyle MacLachlan. And I'm like, That's a real actor. So he's obviously going to be a bad guy. Let's introduce him already.
Right. It's a spoiler alert. This character is coming in. We paid a lot. So this character is going to be significant, twisting the plot, changing what we told you would happen. And it's like, thanks a lot. Just fucking have the character show up. And by the way, my Tom Cruise and Matt Damon comes in. Matt Damon dies an hour in. You still have an hour of the movie. Name another celebrity. George Clooney. George Clooney climbs in and finishes the last half hour of the movie. In the last 5 minutes, some chick comes in. Holy shit, a chick can do this. And now you have the next part ready. What's a chick gonna do? Hollywood is blowing our fucking brains.
There is a movie that did this that maybe I didn't know enough about it. I don't know, but it surprised me and I loved it. Executive Decision. Kurt Russell and Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal at the height of his fame. He's who's the first guy? Kurt Russell isn't necessarily a fighter in this movie. Steven Seagal is in charge of some kind of SWAT team. 10 minutes in, Steven Seagal dies, and I'm like, this is the greatest fucking movie.
It's so beautiful. Again, I'm sorry to keep bringing this up, but seven years in Tibet, right? They start by mountain climbing, and who's the main guy? Super pretty.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt hurts his leg, doesn't tell the team, but he's strapped to another climber by his leg. That climber falls off the cliff, and he's holding him by his leg that's actually bleeding.
Okay.
And if this guy, if what's his name, Rob Lowe, what's his
Brad Pitt?
If Brad Pitt loses grip, both of them die. But I know Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt, or at least Matt Damon, who gives a shit. I know that that's the character that's going to spend 7 years in Tibet. This is the first 10 minutes of the movie. Obviously, he's not dying right now. But I wish they would kill him off the mountain right there, and then we follow a different human being. Is it still a good fucking story if it's not Brad Pitt who meets the Dalai Lama? Is it? Why isn't it?
They have an ugly guy.
Right. Brunette with curly hair. Ew.
Are you seeing people are people fucking with me like the way they say they love space? Everybody seems to be pre-coming over this Barbie movie, and I'm talking grown adults without kids. Are they just being funny? Like, is this going to be like an election results where like, that's not what you guys promised, and it flops? And people seem like this is we all love Barbie grown adults.
You know what? I've thought about this. And first of all, I would like to judge you first in this conversation.
Okay.
Like, I assume you're going to watch it. You went out and watched, what was it? D&D, the movie.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And you tried to pretend you're not into D&D. Like, you played one time and had a semi-good time. I played one time with Barbies as a kid and had a semi-good time. Do I have to go see this Barbie movie?
I don't know.
I also think people think they're being very clever and ironic. Like the ads, I saw the ads as I'm riding bike. It says like he's Ken, she's everything, or something like that. Okay. And I'm like, don't twist this. Don't fucking twist this. That there's like Nurse Barbie and fucking I Stay at Home Barbie and Corvette Barbie and all this bullshit. Don't act like that you did that as a favor to me. You did that so I can buy more Barbies, not because you so wanted me to believe that I could be everything I am. So, okay. But I could see that they're doing it very like, hey, come be modern and watch this. Like, come understand that, you know, Barbie is who you want her to be. It's not this, you know, outlandish idea of the woman's figure. And it's not the bad press that we've been getting for years. This is very, very modern. She's going to be cheeky and edgy and like talk to the hand, but like whatever modern version of we have, you know? And I'm just like, okay. Are you giving out champagne because you're just trying to make it?
Will Hollywood have Down
cool thing to do?
Will they have Down syndrome Barbie? Will it be like Into the Spider-Verse where you see all these Barbies and one has Down syndrome because they really made a doll like that?
Maybe. Is it a bunch
of
Barbies?
There's only one dark-skinned Barbie. No, I don't know. I assume it's just Barbie and her pals.
You mean quota Barbie?
What's that?
Quota
Barbie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Marginalized Barbie.
Barbie's best friends with the peach crayon that's called Flesh in this movie, and they have to go around and solve crime. Yeah, I did play D&D once. I liked it. I did like it. My brother kept trying to get me to play. My older brother. 4 years though. That's a big difference. But finally, I did it. He's like, all right.
4 years, like he's 4 years older.
He's 4 years older. Yeah, but I'm like, all right, I'll play. He's the dungeon master. And he's like, okay, well, you have to create a character. I'm like, okay, a big badass character. He goes, what do you want to be? I go, I don't know. I'll be a dork. Is that a +4 intellect? I don't know. And he goes,
You're so much fun to play with. He's been inviting you to his passion
because he didn't
I assume
he could have explained it. He could have explained it better and not just be like, make your character. I'm like, well, you have to tell me what I could do. I go, all right, I want to be a guy that just kicks dicks.
Why would your brother invite the bully to D&D?
Because everybody needs to play with somebody.
Is it because he's rehashing Freaks and Geeks? It ends where the bully is having so much fun with D&D,
maybe
with the nerds of the school.
He goes, you want to be a troll or a warlock? I'm a goddamn human being.
You're so fun.
And then he said, I go, do they have that? He says, yeah, they have that. And I go, then that's it. Then I'm a human. Then we start the game. And he goes, okay, you're in a room. And I go, okay. Then what? And he goes, then anything you want to do. What? Do whatever you want to do. I'm like, okay, my character pisses on the wall. My brother goes, okay. I go, okay. And then he goes, you pissed on the wall? Oh, well, now we got a game. Okay. And he says, do you want to look around? I go, I assumed I was looking around. I would never take out my dick and not look around first. And then they go, oh, you found something weird. Do you want to look at it? I go, no, we're good. Of course I'll look at it. Just tell me everything I got to fucking look at.
Oh my God. Keith's going to come to your house and play Monopoly. And it's like, hey, you just passed go. Do you want to collect $200? No, I came here to pay for parking.
Yeah, people killed themselves over that game. I don't see the big deal. Just don't look around so much.
Ryan V says, I saw a review that said the Barbie movie abandoned female empowerment for LGBT messaging. And
there's only time for so much, you got to pick.
That's the thing. You do a movie like Barbie, that people are going to look at you like, what is your message? Anytime you mention Barbie, if you give Barbie as a gift to maybe your friend's kid or something, or to your own kid, people are like, well, how are you raising them? All of a sudden your moral issues have to come into play. You have to defend your choices, all of this shit.
That sounds like a conservative article too. They took away female empowerment, which would be fun, and made it LGBT. I haven't seen this movie. Obviously, it didn't come out yet. I guarantee it's both. I guarantee it's female empowerment. No, we're on Ken's side and he beats the shit out of her. I think it's going to be female empowerment. That's my guess.
It's based on the ads, it seems like they're going into that. Are you going to see it?
No.
Why? You don't believe in female empowerment or LGBT?
I believe in dragons before I believe in female empowerment. Well, I heard it's less female empowerment.
Well, Dragon Barbie is in it too.
Honestly, I'd say drag. Oh, that's drag queen Barbie. That's what they're trying to fuck with the kids. Trick them while they're young.
And what does lemo mean? They say, how come nobody seems to remember Klaus Barbie? Is that just a Nazi joke?
Well, we'll see. I would say this is why I stay till after the credits.
Is there going to be a podcast Barbie?
Maybe.
A blogger Barbie?
I bet you they have a podcast set in toy form. I'll bet you.
TikTok Barbie. Influencer Barbie.
If somehow it's so quirky and it does blow the numbers out of the water.
Come on, Keith.
Then I don't mind following the crowd.
This is not for you. Can we just say it's not for you, even if it's going to be good and have good reviews?
Even if it's going to be good, Hemda?
Yeah,
shame on you.
No, I'm gonna repeat it in case you didn't understand.
If it's not for me, it's not good.
Holy shit!
Oh you God. Love tampons. You love
them. Quote it.
That's right.
Quote it. If it's not for me, it's not good.
Yeah, men, thumbs down. The list goes on. Hollywood news: Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello. Joe is from what's that? We got a couple lawbreakers here tonight.
I just know Joe versus the volcano. Is that?
It's Joe versus the volcano, and Sofia Vergara, who's he probably makes
Sophie's Choice.
And the woman from Sophie's Choice have ended their 7 years of marriage. 7 years, and I love it because these two people are fucking gorgeous, and it's kind of like when I was I'm not happy. I'm not rooting that this happens, but when it happens, it's going to happen anyway. So I do enjoy it. When Kevin Costner and his wife break up and billionaires can't make it work, I'm like, see, not so fucking easy, is it? Because for the rest of us, you fuck up. Okay, how about I fly you to an island and I buy you a boat? You kind of forgive me a little bit. And that they can't work it out. And that the two most gorgeous people in Hollywood can't work it out. It's like, good. That's interesting to me.
It makes me feel like your favorite section of a magazine like Us Weekly is celebrities. They're just like us.
Yeah. And then you show them crying on the sidewalk.
Yes, instead of just eating pasta, like
right.
Yeah. So to you, them eating pasta and them getting a divorce is, I think, the same in the category of they're just like me.
Yeah. When they announced their wedding, I'm like, oh, thank you. You're in my life now. We have made the difficult decision to divorce as two people that love and care for one another very much. Oh, good. Then you might be able to make it work. We politely ask for respect of our privacy at this time as we navigate this new phase of our lives. And I'm sorry, but you involved me with your People magazine cover story, How We Found Perfection. So I'm gonna need to follow up and see how you guys have been and see who's out with who's friends, see who's not wearing a ring and who is. No, I'm invested, and it's Ariana Grande and her new husband Dalton Gomez divorced. New song coming out. Thank you again. Next. But apparently, hey, life's hard. Life's hard.
She got married?
She got married. I mean, there was Pete Davidson. That wasn't that long ago. Then somebody else. Now she's married. Now she's divorced.
What? Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
I left off with Pete Davidson with the Thank You Next. That must have been, I guess at this point, 2 years ago.
I don't even know if it's that much because it plays in the grocery store all the time.
They must be new.
I go to a hip store.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Wow. Already divorced, huh?
Yes, but that'll make good music. She's really trying to one up Taylor Swift. She's like, if this chick can make it work, I can have a bigger tour.
Taylor Swift has the most popular songs, right? She's like #1 in all of.
It could be. I know her tour is over $1 billion now, and I think it's the most popular tour ever.
She just surpassed the other female lead in whatever category of most heard or most sold or something like that.
And tickets she's selling out. Tickets are so expensive that people, I've read a couple stories like this. People are getting jobs as security guards to be in the concert because it's easier than being able to afford a ticket.
Wow. I thought Beyonce would be selling out more, but I assume that's racism because Beyonce's concert must be like hot fucking fire. You think they're more,
right?
Well, I understand that Taylor Swift has.
Whoa! Toilet Swift. That's more controversial than anything I said about if it's for me or not.
I heard twerking Swift in my head.
All right, okay.
Whichever. Right. I apologize, Miss Swift.
Potato. Here's a fun story. With a gun pointed at her chest, Amber Baran marched to her car to fetch the roughly $100 in tips she made earlier delivering pizza around Indianapolis. She handed the money to somebody who had a gun on her. And then he said, hey, can I meet you on social media? I'd like to take you out sometime.
Oh my God. Explain. There's so much. First of all, can we stop robbing people who look like they just took off their apron?
Right.
I mean,
I'm at my worst.
It's like, I think, they're working for tips and it's like, another $1 from this fucking asshole. But that they're being targeted because they're the ones with most of the cash on them. But it's so disheartening. Oh,
Baran. Let's see. The woman's name is Amber Baran. The guy's name is Damian Boyce. The guy is 31. Baran, the woman, arrived home after delivering pizza. She ducked into her house to feed her pets before popping back outside to check the mailbox. As she reemerged, a stranger approached, asked if she could help him. Asked if she could help him, she said. He asked if she lived there. She said, yes, I live there with my boyfriend who's home.
You know what?
There is a boyfriend, but he's not home.
Oh, man. Oh, people. And I'm mostly talking to female bodies when we sense danger and how we still try to stay calm and polite. Like, yes, I live here with my big boyfriend who, not that he would intimidate you, but he would maybe make you look for somebody else to hurt, hopefully.
Right. That's when the man pulled a handgun out of his hoodie pocket, aimed it at her chest. The man told her that he planned to break into her house, but because she had unexpectedly showed up, he demanded she fork over her keys.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
Baran told him that she didn't have anything of value in her home, but could give him the $100 in tips that she made that night.
You go, girl. That must have been so hard to muster.
The man agreed.
Wow.
Went into her car, pointed out her car's a 2006 Chevy Impala. That's so we're on her side, the underdog. Opening the driver's side door and grabbing the cash from her purse. While doing so, she offered the man a pizza she had taken home from her job, telling him something along the lines of, I know it's hard when you're struggling.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I want to meet her.
He declined the pizza. He said that's not his favorite shop. No, I'm just kidding, but he did decline the pizza.
Okay. Okay. Declining the pizza, I understand. It's not time.
Right. He's not an asshole. She's hungry. She doesn't have money now. Instead, the stranger mumbled something about his family, then asked a question that she did not expect. Do you really have a boyfriend? Yes, she said. Because I can, if you do have one, then I can respect that, you know.
Right.
Does he treat you right? Oh, that's a good one. Guys do that.
Well, listen, he's not as good as you. You know, you asked for my money, you know.
Right. He asked whether they could be Facebook friends. The gun was still pointed at her. Surprise, surprise. She goes, yeah. The man told her his name was Damian Boyce, and after she typed that into Facebook's search bar, he pointed out his profile, hopped on his bike, and took off. Later,
you know what? This explains so. Okay, that was an incredible story that we just experienced with you. Thank you for reading it to us.
Certainly,
but it obviously doubles down on what we think the male brain thinks when he's straight and a female is talking to him. This guy goes to the strip club and thinks everybody's his girlfriend.
Right.
This is insane. Like, she's being polite and calm, so he thinks he's
okay. But if you can't take me at my worst, you don't give me when I'm half polite, right? Sometimes, you know.
He just said, this is how you can get the cops to come to my door. That's how committed I am to this relationship.
Let's see. The woman accepted. Wait. Okay. The guy accepted the woman's request. His first message came less than 3 hours after he had left her place.
He took him 3 hours.
Well, you got to play it cool, but you can't wait too long.
Right. Yeah.
It's a tricky game. I want you to want me, but don't want me too much. But can you want me already? Clock's ticking.
I just had a gun on you, so maybe I should play hard to get for a second.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't, but not 4 hours. That's gonna piss me off.
Yeah.
It came less than 3 hours later after he left her place. Look, just know I'm gonna pay you back. He acknowledged that robbing her was a bad way to meet. It'll be funny. It'll be funny when we tell the story at parties, saying you are too pretty to rob. It's nice to admit it's nice to hear, ladies. I'd like to be too pretty to rob. I was robbed with 2 guns. No one thought I was cute enough to keep walking.
You know, the scariest part of this is that I wouldn't know if to press charges or not, and I'll tell you why. I don't press charges. Maybe I can get this guy out of my life. I do press charges. He knows exactly where I live. Right. Either I have to move or he gets a stupid ass sentence of, you know, it's a misdemeanor, right? But he has a gun, so he probably gets a little bit more depending on what state, because sometimes you can pull a gun on people.
Well,
right?
It's also when I had those guns pointed at me, it was, and I did talk to the cops. Every little thing mattered. If they show the gun, that's a bigger thing. If they point at you, that's a bigger thing. If they say something threatening, that's the biggest thing. It's just funny. There's all these different things. So I wonder if he can get off easily. They're like, what did he say to you? Like, he tried to ask me out. Is that a crime?
What, does that take down a year off?
Yeah.
You know, but even still, let's say he got the maximum amount. That's not even going to be a decade, right?
Right.
And now he's just sitting there, and it's my fault that he's in there because I can't even have anyone hit on me because I'm too beautiful to talk to because I'm such a snot. And now he's like even more angry. Where do I move to? A different state? So do you call the cops or not call the cops? He actually said in text form over Facebook that I'm sorry and I'll pay you back.
She replied later that morning, I believe you, man. I can tell you're sweet. Times just got tough. I know that.
I might say that just to be like, dude, I'm on your side. I just happen to have a boyfriend. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm so sorry. I wish this would have worked out, but you know how men are.
Now that we're friends, you know all my friends. And I was dumb enough to put what school I went to and everything. So you can probably figure some shit out. Let's see. He told her he felt bad, swore to pay her back. She said, don't worry about it. What day you free? I'll pay you back. Don't worry. I'll pick up an extra shift, you piece of shit.
I don't even want to give you my Venmo account.
Right.
You know, like, what the fuck?
Right. Does PayPal okay? He said he felt bad. I'll pay you back. Then invited her to, quote, come chill with me. That's the thing with guys. Now I have to go there to get my money.
Not just that, like, come chill with me. Another fantastic offer for a woman.
It'll be totally the opposite.
Yeah, come chill with me. I'm not stuck up where I find a restaurant and things to do on our date. I just, relax. Come chill.
Do you like Netflix? Wink.
Nah.
I do have a man, she replied. I can't do that, LOL. I wish you the best, though.
This woman is a superhero, right? I wonder, I imagine she got a lot of shit like, look, she's just letting him off, or look, she's kind of into it. If she had a boyfriend, that boyfriend would be like, why are you egging him on? Like, right. There's so much bad shit that could happen to this woman for her trying to stay safe. I want to know out there, would you call the cops on this dude? You have him. You have him. You didn't even have to pay for a lie detector test.
I'd be afraid he might have a good lawyer. That's like, when you wrote LOL, were you laughing out loud? I'm like, no, I was scared. So are you lying now or are you lying then?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She fled to her boyfriend's place and at his urging called police about 16 hours after the robbery. Meanwhile, I'm shaking, crying. I was a mess, she said. He also took my sense of safety. Ultimately, I no longer feel safe on my own. I bet you the boyfriend put this guy up to it so they can live together. Sick. Sick.
That I believe more than her LOL.
Right.
Holy shit. I wouldn't feel safe either. You know where I live. You're so upset. This is what you do when you're upset. I would like to offer that as our poll. We're going to put that on Reddit.
If you call the police, or would you be upset and go on a date? Would you hear this man out? Because we've all had bad days. I've dated worse.
Hey, if you're a woman, you could say, so did I. Most likely. No, but if we don't come up with something else that blows your mind, I would like to know how many people would call the cops on this guy.
Well, you remember the infamous dress. Is it black or blue? Is it white or gold?
Mm-hmm.
You saw white and gold, right?
I think I saw blue.
Okay, I saw black and blue. Then it turned out, and I guess it's just an eye trick with the sun, but then it turns out the dress really is black and blue. And I'm like, brilliant, Keith. Another thing you're right on. It was proven. All these, who's quiet now? The white and gold people, but they're still not admitting what color it really is. Interesting. Anyway, the Scottish man who was the groom at a 2015 wedding, he showed the internet this dress. This is like somebody's mother-in-law, I believe. And then it became famous. Well, he happens to be this guy wanted for attempted murder. Just interesting. Whatever happened to the story of the dress? Well, it's the guy that brought it to our attention is imprisoned right now for attempted murder.
Of who? Someone coming after him, or like
of his wife? Somebody insisting that it's white and gold. Charged with attempted murder of his wife. Prosecutors in Glasgow allege that nearly 11 years he repeatedly assaulted his wife Grace. What a name. At their home in March of 2022, he attempted to strangle her, brandished a knife, and threatened to kill her. Charges also include attempting to enter a vehicle his wife was in and striking her through the vehicle's open window. He, of course, denies everything.
Good. Why not? Deny it. Deny it. What are you denying? You fucking hit me.
You might as well try to get out of it. People can't even agree on the color of a dress when it's right in front of us. You might as well try to confuse people.
Right. He knows how confused people can get.
Yeah, the world's dumb. Take them to court. Get a jury. What do you just need? One person? You're going to have at least half. This is interesting. The Salvation of Army of South Africa used the internet dress meme to create a public service campaign. This is unrelated, of course. There's a campaign of a bruised woman wearing a white and gold striped version of the dress. And the commercial says, why is it so hard to see black and white? The only illusion is you think it was her choice. 1 in 6 women are victims of abuse. Stop abuse against women. That's what this guy was doing.
Wow.
He was abusing women.
Wow.
Does the wife see the commercial and be like, oh, that was you on the internet and I happen to be getting beat? Anyway, until I get help, I'll just like your stuff on social media, I guess.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow, Kenda, that was a bummer. Thanks for nothing. Try to enjoy something fun in life.
Oh my God. Keith is so excited that he can see the quote right color dress that he had to bring this up. He's like, by the way, this is in the news, so it's not like I'm trying to bring it up just to show you how brilliant I am and remind you that I got it right again. Just the irony of all of this.
It's a sad, violent story that has a little quirky angle. And now I'm going to play a montage of all the guests on our show that thought it was gold and white. Here we go.
You wish.
All right. This Monday, Matt Backus, Aaron McGuire, Kevin Allison will all be crying. They think it's fun, but we all know at the end of it, not so fun for some people, these game shows. What am I talking about? Are you new to it? Take a look. KeithandtheGirl.com/tickets. Everything's right there. And it's live all around the world. This Monday, KATG.com/tickets. Do be involved. It's very, very fun. Also, KeithandtheGirl.com/VIP has a new show with Rod and Karen Morrow. Very fun. We talk about God's special angels. By the way, don't worry about woke culture. You can still say whatever you want, quite frankly.
If you're Keith.
What's that?
If you're Keith.
If you're Keith.
Yeah.
And you have Newsy. We'll be recording him right after that. All right. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.